Hello, my friend. I'm the Hunter here with another video checking out a couple of free, interesting promotions. One of them available for a limited time, the other one a very cool and new update, and also an interesting deal that I found that I think you're gonna be interested in as well. Before we begin with the content, I'd like to invite you quickly to my website, amnorhunter.com, where I have some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, such as mixing with free plugins, about productivity in your home studio, also how to make more music in less time. Additionally, I have some tools such as some collections of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to be checking out this channel or the blog, which I am updating almost daily with tons of free resources and content for music production, mostly for rock and metal. Let me know if you are here in the chat. And yeah, I'm gonna be checking out these plugins. First, we're gonna be checking out the Brit bundle, free by Analog Obsession, that had an update just today, 3 plugins included. Also, we're gonna be checking out this limited time promotion by Noise Ash. It doesn't specify exactly the end of this promotion. This is a cool British Class A preamp and equalizer, of course based on a neve console and EQ. And with a coupon code that I am leaving you down below, you're gonna be able to get it for free from 49 bucks. And you put this coupon code BIT73 and the price will be dropped to 0. Additionally, we're gonna be checking out this cool Bus Glue Bass by Joey Sturgis Tones, an all-in-one processor for bass guitar that you're gonna love as much as I do. If you are here in the chat, please let me know. I'll be more than glad to respond some of your questions or read your comments. Or if you are after the live stream, leave your comment with a what do you think of these plugins and a question if you have one. So let's move quickly here to my session here in Cubase. In Cubase in Reaper. I have used Cubase for many years and I am very used to the name. But anyway, I have this instrumental metal mix, and let's check it out quickly. You get the idea, all right? So let's check out the Brit bundle by Analog Obsession. Let's start with the Brit channel. This is also an analog inspired EQ, inspired in the neve equalizer and console. It includes here a high shelf, right? You don't get to choose the frequency that you are affecting, but you nonetheless boost or cut. And if you double click on each button or control or knob, you reset it by default. Then we have this frequency range from 36.36 hertz all the way up to 7.2 hertz. This is like the mids and highs, right? 360, 700. 7K, 1.6. So yeah, and you turn it off like this, boost or cut, and you have this low, mid, and low band from 35 hertz all the way up to 220 hertz. And finally, you have here this it's a high pass, right? And you high pass at 50 all the way up to 300 hertz to cut some of the lows. And you have also a gain knob to add saturation and harmonics, and a trim to compensate the output, and you have also the mic preamp saturation. And yeah, if you click on the Analog Obsession logo, it adds oversampling to avoid digital distortion, especially on high frequencies that are saturated. That's the Analog Obsession logo that you can click on. And moving on with the next plugin on this list, the Britpressor, that includes compression and limiting. First here, this couple of knobs at the top, it's the limiter section, right? This is the threshold that you reduce, and you have here the recovery or release in milliseconds, from 50 milliseconds quick release time all the way up to 800, and also you can choose auto release time. Pretty cool. And down here you have the compressor section, the threshold of the compressor. You have also the recovery or release. You have the gain to compensate any volume that was lost during the compression, and the ratio from 1.5 to 1 all the way up to 6.6 to 1. And you have a mix control to blend the unprocessed and processed signal, and you have here sidechain less or more highs, also a mid-frequency control, and a high pass also for the sidechain. If you like to use that, you enable it here with external sidechain. Moving on with the Brit, which is a microphone and line preamp saturation. You enable here the mic preamp, and you introduce saturation with this red control. You have the output to compensate the main output volume. You have also a high pass and low pass that you enable by clicking the power button. The high pass 45 Hertz, you choose the frequency. They are fixed, right? Like in a real console. And the low pass, you can low pass at 8K, 6, 4, or 2. And like most of Analog Obsession plugins, you click on the logo to enable oversampling. So now let's check out these drums that I have here, and let's quickly use the Brit channel and the other two. Let's add some highs. Let's remove a bit on the 360 Hertz area. Okay, and you can add some lows with a low shelf here. For instance, at 60 Hertz, it's a good area for the drums, the kick drum mostly. We can cut also some with a high pass, make the sound thinner. Before. Let's add saturation, a ton. It's very pleasant though, the saturation by this Analog Obsession plugins. Sounds awesome, the saturation on the kick drum. Right, let's check out the other plugin, the Britpressor, to compress and limit these drums. Let's first add compression with a fast attack time, release time, faster recovery or release time, a 4:1 ratio. So punchy. Let's add a bit of limiting. Dry wet. Cool. This should work well on bass and vocals as well. And let's move on with the Brit for a very cool, interesting saturation as well and coloration. So let's start to add gain. Full saturation. Let's back it up. And this saturation also compresses the drums, right? So it's more even. The sound. High pass. Okay. So some of the important updates on this Brit bundle, Brit plugins bundle, was that now you can resize the plugins here in the corner of the plugins, and also you can use them now in Pro Tools if you are a user of AAX format of plugins, and also Apple Silicon has support now for analog obsession plugins, so pretty cool. Let's use the Brit Pre on guitars so that you can listen to the cool thing that it adds to rhythm guitars as well. The Brit Pre. What happened here? Oh, there you go. Four. It adds some bit of character, right? Pretty cool. More saturation with the mic. Cool, and let's move on with the next plugin. It's by Noise Hash. This is the Neve 73 based on this legendary Neve console, the 73. And this plugin has also a mid band added, which is this for the mids and high mids. And also this plugin has this nuance deviation that adds randomness and coloration, like trying to recreate the analog console. So it adds some uneven and even harmonics, right? With this, you can randomize it, or you can also add on the stereo right side or left, or in the central mids, in the mid image, in the side image, or left and right, which is the stereo normal spectrum. And here you have the gain control to add more coloration and, you know, analog saturation. You have also a preamp that you can turn off and turn on, a pad, the phase, you can flip the phase, and you can add some drive. Also, you have a high pass with this knob from 50 hertz all the way up to 300 hertz. You can disable the EQ with this, and you have a high shelf like in the Analog Obsession plugin. You have this also pretty much alike because also Analog Obsession is based on the Neve console, 360 hertz all the way up to 7.2K, and you boost or cut with this. And you have also a low shelf, 35 hertz all the way up to 220, right? The frequencies are fixed, and they were chosen because engineers back in the day found out that these frequencies have a good impact on the mixes, right? You have here the input and output, and you can choose it to be left or mid and side. You know, you can use it in both ways as well. You can link or unlink these buttons. You can affect only the center of the mix or the sides of the mix if you want it, and you here enable mid-side mode or disable it. Also the view, and you also can apply some analog coloration even further with this button. Let's check it out in action here on these drums. It immediately adds some coloration to the signal, and it also increases the volume, which you have an output and input here that I'm gonna choose. All right, let's add some gain. Pretty cool saturation. I'm gonna back it off, like make it more subtle. The high pass, pretty pleasant highs. Let's boost 60 hertz. Add analog. All right, and let's add some randomness. Alright, cool plugin by Noise Ash. You can use it on vocals, guitars as well. And finally, I love this plugin. I have used it for some years now, and I saw that it was on sale, like 34% off. This is the Joey Sturgis Tones JST Bus Glue Bass. And this plugin, as simple as it looks, it can impact a ton the bass sound. For instance, let's check out the full mix. Okay, cool bass sound, decent DI sound, cool. But with this BG bass by Joey Sturgis Tones, you can really distort it and compress it, and you can limit the bass a ton to make it fit in the rock and metal mix better, right? You have here a crush, And this crush, it's like a limiter, right? You lower the threshold here and it starts to limit. You're gonna see the gain reduction here, but the cool thing is that you can limit the bottom end, the lows, or the top end of the mix, right? So here in the mode, you lower and you limit the low end, and you click on top and you limit the high end. So you have a pretty controlled, super controlled bass sound. And you can also add 3 types of distortion and grit. You can choose mode A. We're gonna check out the different sounds of the distortions with mode A, B, and C. This is like a mix control to add the distortion, and you can choose it to if you want the bass to be like a little bit below the kick drum or above the kick drum, right? The bass position, and you have a blend or mix control for the whole processing of this plugin. Let's put it back to 0. And let's start to add some distortion and compression limiting to this bass that will make it fit better in this mix, because the bass is a little bit too clean for my taste in this metal mix, so we need some more distortion. Let's first start to compress the lows. And of course it brings up the volume, right? Because it's limiting. Now the top end. Maybe a lot of lows. Before. Okay, and let's choose grit A. And you also choose this loud to lower the volume, right? Or you can link also the limiting and the output in the bottom end or the top end as well, like this. Let's check out the B. C. Context. Cool, awesome plugin, incredible, by Joey Sturgis Tones. Let me know what you think of this plugins, my friends. I see here some people, Jack Smith, just getting the noise edge need 73. Thanks for letting us know, Abner. You're welcome, my friend. I hope that you enjoy it. And powerbeats.com, Analog Obsession is amazing. Indeed, I agree 100%. Or 150%, I should say. Mark Lee Wilkins, as always, hello, my friend. You are always here. Thanks a lot for that. Have you checked out an Ant of the Yuri Semenov stuff? No, I haven't. I will write down the name to check it out. Thanks for the suggestion. Robert Atkins, the Joel Wanasek Bass Bus Glue. Yeah, love that. 100%. Powerbeats.com, Yuri Semenov stuff, it's looking promising. Yeah, pretty cool creative stuff by Yuri Semenov, this independent developer. So thanks a lot, my friends. Thanks you for your attention, for being here with me. Remember that I have some free stuff here on my website. AmnerHunter.com, some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some tools such as some collections of guitar impulses, among other utilities, sample packs as well. And don't forget to check out the blog or this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in the next video. All right? Take care, my friends.